Hello, looks like we're online. It's kind of a late stream. I wanted to start my stream quite a bit earlier. That's alright, that's all good. Welcome. This is our continuation to the Twitch stream that I did earlier for Electabuzz hunt. We didn't quite get up to the 31st combo chain, and today's goals are to reach the 31st combo, catch the shiny tiger, and then I don't know, then pretty much just carry on. And I'm also kind of watching Caitlyn PokeHero7 on the side. She's also streaming for Shiny Ghastly. Feel free to just go and give her a like as well if you're watching. But yeah, let's get started, I guess. I'm just gonna do some stuff here real quick. Tweet it out. Hopefully that worked. Yeah. And that's about it. I'm gonna reduce the volume on her stream a little more so I can just hear her but kind of keep my own stream disjoint from her so that it doesn't intersect and kind of mess things up. Okay. All right, let's get started, shall we? There we go. Should work. That should definitely work. Don't tell me that's not working. Was it stuck? Alright. It's working. Okay. It is quite delayed. I'm surprised. That's alright, that's fine. I don't really care. So let's go in. I forgot what combo chain we are on. Also, I learned that Eevee basically keeps shaking her head whenever you are inside a dungeon for some reason. I don't know what's going on with her, but she gets really pissed for some odd reason. I think we're just no, don't run away. Alright, think. Ooh, that's an excellent. That's a beautiful excellent. That's what we want to see. Perfect. Please. Oh my god. Why? Why do you have to be so mean? Why do you have to be so rude? And I'm gonna. Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, really? Alright. Bye. You're a mean Electabuzz. Never mind. I'm gonna catch your brothers. I was hoping to get someone good. Oh. So there are a bunch of Pokemons in this power plant, and I think what I'm gonna do going forward is I do have to chain for Electabuzz, but beyond that, I think I'm gonna just chain for the evolved versions. Like I'm gonna probably chain for a Weezing and a Magneton, because I have seen them spawn side by side and multiple at once. So I think that's gonna be helpful. Excellent. But it's still not gonna stay in though, is it? Let's see. Alright, this one is good. Appreciative. Thank you very much. We have some money. We don't really care. 19. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see. Do I want to go back out and back in? Probably that's a good idea. Caitlyn's chat is going crazy. No, run away. Yeah, that's okay. Close. It's alright. If we don't catch it in this one, which we did not, Maybe we'll try another excellent. Oh, it already did the run animation, so I'm gonna bail out to this one. If we don't, oh, never mind, we caught it. I was gonna say I'm gonna bail after we fail to catch it, basically. Did somebody do something for a Twitter? Let's check. Oh, Risa tweeted something. Alright. Let's go back to what we were doing. Sorry about that. We are heading there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could have a little more spawns. I think I'm gonna... Let's see how many lures we have. We have 50 lures, which is a lot. Do I even need 50 lures? How much money do I have? Actually, we are not too hot on the money, so we have to beat the elite for a couple more times, basically. Maybe I'll just spawn one loader. I think that should be fine. Probably a good idea. Where to use you? Let's see if that changes things. Come on. Do you have to go out and come back in to make it effective? Maybe. So far, I guess I'm the only one who's watching, which is alright. I mean, that happens with YouTube. Fun thing, Mystic 7 and JD Gilly were down here in Seattle this Sunday, and this Saturday, and they did a meetup in Space Needle. I don't know if you guys were there by any chance. If you were and you were watching this video, shout out to Mystic, shout out to JD Gilly, shout out to Risa as well. She wasn't able to be there, but I hope I did give her a shout out in Mystic's video, and I hope when he publishes his Seattle meetup video, we'll get to see that. I'm excited about it. We did something fun towards the end. I had a small Megan for them, and it was quite funny. I mean, I might not have had the best clues. Mystic won. But yeah, that was fun. I really appreciate you guys for coming down here, for for putting your time aside to do something stupid like whatever I came up with. And I mean, I was literally nobody. I was just a viewer who turned up and wanted to talk about it. And even Gilly was so cool about it. He just he traded a Pokemon to me. So did Mystic. He even gave me a lot of advice related to streaming, and I really appreciate it. They're very cool guys. Very down to earth. I would like, if anyone is watching who watches their content and ever thought of meeting them, I would definitely just tell, let's go talk to them. They're so nice fellas. They're absolutely cool guys. Just go hang out with them. They're always full of energy and always willing to, you know, talk to people. And yeah, he gave me a lot of cool advices. I mean, I seriously really appreciate. I did not expect, because in my eyes, like most of the YouTubers these days, I feel like they're kind of celebrities, and you know, they have this kind of aura around them. But I'm so happy that the two folks that I follow and I got to talk to be honest, I also got a chance to meet Risa. She's also very cool. But all these folks that I got to talk to, they're so down to earth. They're so nice fellas. I really appreciate that. Honestly, I feel like the way they're so connected to the rest of the community, it makes me feel really good about it. Okay, that was weird. Uh, let's see. There we go. Alright, this one's taking a piss right at this point. No, come on. Don't do that to me. Are you serious? Are you really kidding me at this point? There we go. Come on, please. Okay, we might as well go, you know? I don't really care at this point. It's still here. Are you serious? And that one went so far behind. There we go. Wow, it wasted so many Pokeballs. Oh, let's see. 23, 820. Let's check something real quick. I really hope I can find the Electabuzz as part of this lure. I don't really want to spend another one. Okay, there are three. Okay. Well, there's always this question if we can catch all three of them. It's one. I mean, that's one attempt, my bad. It's not quite one Electabuzz caught, as you just saw. Please don't. Alright, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You son of a beautiful Electivire. Yeah, I don't want to curse. Are you taking? All right. That's thrice I got excellent on this bad boy. Please stay in. No, come on. All right, let's quickly razz. Of course, it attacked immediately. And of course, that was a nimble throw. There we go. I really hate how much Pokeballs we are spending on these Electivires. Well, that's Electabuzz. But that's alright. That's alright because we don't really care. We can go for as many Pokeball hoarding as possible. Please stay in. I don't want to spend rap ton of Ultra Ball. Oh no. You know what? I think I have seen enough. At this point, I'm just gonna Golden Rise. Of course, it had to attack. That's alright. And it was to the side. Never mind. It should still catch it though. Please? Okay. We're gonna go in straight because very rarely I've seen 3 Electabuzzes one back to back. So 26, 27, I think we just need a couple more. We'll be done. Then we don't have to catch until we actually find our shiny. So let's just go straight in with the Golden Rise. We can always go hunt for Golden Rises after we are done with Electabuzzes here. There we go. I love the flick. Also, I think I have to wrap it up in an hour, so I'd really appreciate if I can find it in that time period. Got coffee, but I think it went cold. Caitlin is also having a really bad luck today. And sorry, I have been, as usual, kind of texting and playing together at the same time, simultaneously, however you want to call it. Basically, I might not have been chatting all the time. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, purely because there's no one watching at this point, and I do understand that it might get annoying for people who's watching later, but I guess I'll potentially create a highlight of any potentially good event. Basically, that's my idea. That's what I kept doing at Twitch as well. Not all the time. A lot of people turn up. Gilly had a really good advice regarding that. He said that every single person who watches your stream is an audience, and no matter if it is 10, no matter it is 100, you always perform for them the same way. So that's kind of an interesting way of putting it. Like, it's like at this point, it's like it's the same as say a website, right? A website. Yeah, this is kind of me going a little deep and serious about stuff, but it's kind of like, so when I create a website, it doesn't know for a fact that like 10 people are visiting or 10 million people are visiting, right? Like say for example Amazon, when it was initially created, um, as a book selling company, like online book selling company or whatever it was, I'm pretty sure there was like 100 people visiting at the first time. It performed the same way it does now for 10 million people. Yes, features have been added. Yes, there has been a lot of different aspects to it. But what I want to emphasize is basically the website, from its perspective, catered to its audience the exact same way how it used to do before, and that is because that's what you should do. Every audience is important, and that is the basis of, you know, a showman or um, anyone who is performing for someone. Like a website also performs for every single visitor to the website, right? So you cannot be like, oh, for the first two I'm going to do it this way, and then the other ones I'm going to do a different way. It can never be that if two people are watching this, I'm just going to stay silent and not talk about it and anything like that. But there's like 10 million people watching. Oh yeah, I'm going to commentate. That doesn't work that way. You always cater to 2 or 20 or 2 million people the same way. That's the basis. And I really appreciate that comment. That was a really, really good advice. I did try to follow it so far, but some things are just better enforced, or rather, uh, kind of re-emphasized to some extent, like reinstated. Kind of like some stuff, but when you hear it, it kind of reestablishes um, its authenticity, its purity, and its strength in your mind even more, and you kind of think it in a way like, yes, I know, I do the same thing, and I believe in the same ways. So that's a really good way of putting it, I would say, and those are very good comments in my opinion. I'm really grateful to Gilly. He was one of the few people that I got a chance to talk to. I did ask Risa as well during her stream one day, just you know, some tips for some beginners and stuff like that. And John, Pokemon, he was also very, very generous to provide me some tips in his Twitch stream at one day. Um, and he kind of emphasized on the same things, but he also said a few things that initially, like for someone who has established himself for so long, it might be easy to find the views, but for someone who's beginning like me, I only have 2 followers or subscribers on YouTube, and I have like about 15-ish on Twitch. I cannot guarantee that if I stream at any point of time, and for me, the streams are at this point very, very sporadic, which is why I have kind of mentioned that in my description as well, because I do want to be completely transparent with my viewers. I cannot give them anything that I don't have an opportunity to guarantee, and that being the fact that at this point I do not have a schedule for streaming. I kind of stream as I get time. As I got time today for like an hour or so, as I got time on maybe Friday, late night, whatever, or like Saturday in between like a couple of events. Basically, whenever I get time, I try to stream. That's how I roll. That's basically how I roll, and I really really want to do well, in terms of streaming. But oh, something spawned. I just ran out. Give me a second. I just want to see the highlight. I really hope it wasn't a shiny. I don't think it was, but it could have been a Electabuzz. I'm gonna take a look. Give me one. It was an Electabuzz. I don't think it was a shiny, but that was dumb. I should have probably been more cautious. I should probably keep a. Uh, Alright, now they're spawning like, proper amount. 6 of them, nice. I think that's the max it can spawn at this point. So I'm gonna just head out and come back. We have a lot of lures to spend. Um, I'm gonna wait until we find a few more spawns for Electabuzz. Um, there is this stray chance of it spawning up there though, and I would really not appreciate it spawning up there. So let's try to keep all the spawns down here. I think if you don't explore an area, it doesn't spawn there, or is what I understand at least. I'm just gonna keep checking my chat a little bit. Think we're good. Yeah, I do have an hour. I have to leave around. Actually, I do not have an hour. I think I have to leave around 9:15 or so. So it's been like 30 minutes or so. I think we'll be able to. Maybe I can leave at like 9:25. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see. I'll try to make this roughly an hour stream, which should be possible. Um, and we can definitely come back and stream later as well, which is presumably what I'm gonna do. What happened to Caitlin's stream? I swear she was streaming still. Oh. Did she raid someone? Oh, Ludo! Hahaha. Ludo! Nice. I'm gonna pause real quick. What did you? He's collecting all his tax researches from oh, I can actually support him to Streamlabs. Let me do that real quick. Electabuzz. I'd have to do through PayPal. Let me see. Give me a sec, guys. Sorry about that. I just wanted to, real quick. United States. Here we go. Did it work? Yes, it did. Okay, cool. I think it did work. I hope it did. God damn it. I have no idea to confirm. Did it work? What? Don't tell. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. It's all right. I just wanted to donate. It's fine if he if he didn't see me or wasn't able to see what it was. That's all right. Um, should we reset? I think we should reset. A Voltorb spawn as we were trying to reset, but that's all right. Um, where is where are you, Electabuzz? Where are you, Electabuzz? Whips out fan. I just need to keep tab of anyone is watching. For those who are wondering, later on when you watch this video, I was keeping a tab on Caitlin's stream of hunting Shiny Ghastly, and then now I'm kind of parallelly following Ludo Clark's channel, his live stream for Pokemon Go, collecting a bunch of stacked research tasks from, I don't know, God knows how long, I forgot, for 2019, as it turns out. Oh, what responded? Oh, no, didn't mean to run into you. Please go away. Be nice. Thank you very much. Oh, come on. I have to be more cautious. 35 minutes. You might actually consider ending the stream a little early and then do the rest when we come back. I do want to go for ice cream with my friend. Sorry guys, I know Pokemon is important, but so is ice cream. Ice cream with friends, I mean, that's more important. Like, ice cream itself is good. Ice cream with friends is just 10 times better than just ice cream. I mean, come on. You get to enjoy your favorite food with your favorite people, right? So it's twice as good as one of those. Either one of those by that mean. Let's go out and come back in because I'm not interested in a huge electrode. Speaking of electrode, technically the last shiny that we encountered on this, was that by any chance a shiny? No, it was not. The last shiny that we encountered in this channel was a Voltorb, was an Electrode, which was the evolution of my Voltorb. So technically, it was the last shiny caught was Voltorb, which is why I have it as my most recent shiny. However, if you have followed my journey for the quest for living dex, quest for shiny living dex, you would know that the latest shiny to be registered in my Pokedex was in fact Electrode, purely because I caught a shiny Voltorb and then evolved it to a shiny Electrode. However, because I caught a shiny Voltorb, I'm gonna make Voltorb as my most recent shiny because that's the one I found. You know, that's just the thing. I just wanted to call that out in case if people are confused why I don't have Electrode in place of Voltorb. That's the reason. Okay, now I'd appreciate an orange tiger. Really appreciate an orange tiger. Also, I would, if I do find it, I would switch to 2 controllers Joy-Con and wanna make sure I catch it instead of experimenting with, you know, anything stupid like a Premier Ball or like other stuff. I would just go for it, you know. I'm being surrounded and kind of um, circled by the Electabuzzes. There were like three Electabuzzes that were like literally circling me. It's a pretty hard shiny to find and catch, I'd say that. I'd be really happy if I can find it. And I just dropped my mobile. I don't know if people got a chance to hear that. That wasn't very pleasant, let me tell you that. The music is so trippy inside the power plant. I mean, it not actually trippy. My bad. It isn't quite trippy. It's more like, it makes you anxious. It's so much full of anxiety, in my opinion. Like, I'll give you an example. If you have played the Gen 7 games, if you have familiarity with the music, the DT war music or the DT battle music, like, I mean, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Fini, their battle music is very weird, and it kind of makes sense because their what do you say, the abilities, they're like all surge abilities, and whatever the surge ability does to the battlefield, like differently, like maybe electric surge does different things than, misty surge and like psychic surge, it always says the battlefield got weird, right? And I kind of feel that the music really well portrays it, because you do feel weird whenever that happens. Just got a big ping from somewhere. I don't know from where. Oh, PayPal receipt for a Lula flag. um, come on, come on, come on. Be good. Electabuzz. Oh, randomly just does the Rocky impression, I'd say. How it like punches its hands up in the sky. Oh, I got coffee. Why did you come? I was supposed to. What? No ways I encountered that Chansey. Look at how beautiful green that Chansey is at this point, because I transferred so many of them. This is one of the best things about transferring Pokemons to, Professor. Because Professor Oak, once you transfer 100 of any Pokemon, the catch rate just goes down crazy, and everything is so much easier after that. So if you follow the Electabuzz, they'll do like occasionally they'll just stop and then just do a Rocky impression, like just punch both fists in the sky. Look at that! Look at the top Electabuzz. Pretty sure this one, the one next to me, is gonna do as well. The one right of me. Come on. Oops. Wait, did Leo say he's from Washington? Sorry, I've been kind of chatting in Ludo's live stream as well. I was talking to them about should probably just. I kind of feel bad that I'm distracted in my own video. Sorry about that, folks. I'm gonna head out and head back in real quick. All right, I think I already talked about what I wanted to talk about. Cool. Let's carry on. Think I'm gonna. Oh, that Electabuzz literally just ran down from the top. 8:53. We don't have a lot of time though. Let's see. Five of them. Dodge that Voltorb like a pro. Chansey has such a broad. I mean, no fat joke, but Chansey has such a broad reach. I mean, you would think you wouldn't run into it, but you would be wrong. You'd be surprised how many times you would run into it when you don't quite expect that you are going to run into it. Purely because it literally takes a much bigger, like, okay, this one I was wrong about this one, but like if you play back my video a little back, I literally didn't expect running into a specific Chansey, and it just happened. It just happened to be. I had a feeling that elective. Oh my god, this coughing literally chased me. Like, I tried to evade it, but I was kind of focusing on that elective was running to me, and I didn't quite pay a lot of attention to the coughing. 8:55. I'm just having to keep an eye on the time because I do want to head out on time. Well, a lot of the evolution Pokemons kind of try to run to you and then circulate you. I don't know what's the deal with it, but it just happens. I think we should be fine when we leave at 9:10, 9:15. I think I'm going to wrap up at 9:15 so that I can head out, and I'm going to... The idea is to go eat, and then come back and complete the rest of the stream tonight. Yes, I'd request folks to pardon me. For some reason, for some weird reason, I have never found a shiny on YouTube. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna have to admit, like, most of my shinies have been on Twitch, or pretty much all of my shinies have been on Twitch. Maybe one has been on YouTube. I don't know. Yeah, one, the Pidgeotto, which was a result of a Meow chain, I think. Yeah, a Meow chain. Yeah, that ended up being on YouTube, but everything else was on Twitch. We would make it though. I promise you, folks. I'm never gonna quit until I made all 150. So it's gonna be relatively easy to get. Let me see. It's gonna be okay until. So I'm sure it'll be hard to get 6 specific ones. Um, there might be an argument of getting harder ones as well, but 6, and by 6 I mean these 6: Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmeleon, Charizard. Actually, no, my bad. Charizard we already have. So it's gonna be Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmeleon. Um, let's see. Wait. Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmeleon, Wartortle, and Blastoise. Excuse me. Those 5 are gonna be pretty hard because the only way I can find them is by catching the base form and then evolving it. So it's gonna be hard, but we're gonna still do it. And so those are 5. The other 4 that are relatively hard, that would be the legendary birds and Mewtwo. Purely because they have a different mechanism and they have a very hard capture rate. It's just reset, and reset isn't super trivial on Switch. I mean, it used to be so much easier for the previous games, right? Like LR Start or LR Select, I forgot, one of those. But it's not obvious in Switch. You have to literally close the app and reopen it, and it takes this brief cutscene every single time. It's just more complex, let's just say that. And it takes about, I'd say 10, no, not 10, about like 30 seconds to reset every single time. Which makes it even harder, in my opinion. But it's still alright, we'll get there. The remaining 141 is decent, in my opinion. There are a few hard candidates. I'm gonna say Snorlax is hard, Kangaskhan is hard, Electabuzz is hard, Magmar is hard, Jinx is hard, Pinsir is hard, what else? Tangela is also pretty decently hard in my opinion. Is that it? That could be it. I'm not sure. I think that's it. Yeah. Ditto is pretty hard. Lickitung is pretty hard. I mean, those 2 at least you can chain pretty conveniently at different places, similar to Electabuzz. I think Snorlax is kind of like the starters. It only spawns 1 every time. I don't quite know this though. I'll have to confirm. Don't quote me on this. So in that way, we would have about 10 which are really hard because all the other ones like Jinx, Electabuzz, Magmar, it's possible to make them appear more than 1 at a time. The Snorlax, the starter evolutions, except for Charizard, and the legendaries. Those are the 4 toughest ones in my opinion, at least. So that leaves us about 10 from the whole list. So it's like 140 should be relatively easy, and the remaining 10 would be a little harder than those 140. So I do intend to catch the rest before it, so that it's, like the easier ones wrapped up, and then we can only focus on the difficult ones, and it just becomes that much easier. Like I feel, and even among those 10, I feel to be honest, out of those 10, I think the easiest ones would be the legendaries, because it's still a even though the odds are different for the other ones, it's still a really easy. Actually, no, my bad. I don't even know. Hmm. Let me think a little bit. So the other ones you can reset by running into them, right? I mean, so for example, if you're chaining for Weedle, say inside inside Viridian Forest, right? And then you encounter a Bulbasaur after you have reached a chain of say 11. Maybe 11, yeah. But let's say a chain of 31. Let's say you ignore the Bulbasaur until you have reached a Weedle chain of 31. So once you've reached the chain of 31, you kind of start to encounter the Bulbasaurs at a regular level, and it only spawns one at a time. But what you can do is you can run into the Bulbasaur, run away, don't catch it, and that way what happens is your chain stays preserved, but you essentially reset the Bulbasaur and it respawns. So it's kind of a local soft reset compared to the actual switch close reopen soft reset that you would otherwise do for. Oh, what happened, Evie? You always get upset when I enter dungeons and rooms and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, so it's what was I saying again? Sorry about that. So yeah, when when uh, when you can do that, it kind of respawns the Bulbasaur in place. So what that does is you don't have to close and reopen the app similar to how you have to do it for the legendaries. And that's kind of a good mechanism because it doesn't work as the same way as the proper reset, but it kind of is a reset because you encounter a monster, you kind of negate it by running away from it, and that gives you another opportunity at it. And it trust me, it's not the same thing that's a response. Never. That that is somewhat similar to what RAM theory intended to convey previously, and it was disproved pretty rigorously. And even the guy who claimed it or who came up with the theory said that he made it up. It wasn't true. So yeah, I would definitely see. I definitely feel that those are probably a little easier than the legendary resets, but not by much. They're pretty hard to find as well. So yeah, I might end up. I don't know. Sometimes I do get people over in my streams. If I do, I would definitely ask them if they want to see something specific. Like for example, I was actually chaining and searching for something, chaining for chances and searching for another shiny chance inside the Cerulean Cave when I encountered a person in my chat and he asked me to do Voltorb. Like I just offered him that, dude, if you want to see me do something else than just running around for shiny chances, which is pretty hard to find, please tell me. I would do something else. I mean, I would always cater to my audience. So, and he said like, go find shiny Voltorb. That sounds like a fun shiny. And I did. I went and I searched for Voltorb. I started chain for Voltorb, and we actually found it on on the channel. And he was pretty happy, and he was like, "Thank you for doing it," and he ended up subscribing. So that was a kind of a nice one. That was literally what I was talking about earlier in this video about catering to your audience. Like even a single person is important. You always look up to your audience and listen to them and like kind of do as they ask. Of course, I don't mean that by like if they ask something weird or stupid, you don't do that. Like if they ask you to discard like all the shinies that you've caught so far, that's not something you're gonna do. But if they have a specific preference that they want to see in the channel, and as long as it's not a ridiculous demand, as long as it's correlated with what you're doing, say ask for a new shiny or a different shiny than what you're hunting, it's always fun to do that. I mean, and for me, I guess like the situation was like we already found a shiny Chansey, and we were still continuing on the same chain because we do have the chain intact after we catch the shiny Chansey, so there's a chance of finding something else. And I was literally waiting on until the time I find something else. Did you guys just notice how far that Chansey was from me, and we still encountered it? So essentially, we found the shiny Chansey. We and I was literally continuing, just hoping that we can find something else, which will break our chain, and then we can move on from it, and we can go somewhere else. But what we ended up doing is we ended up breaking our chain previously. We ended up going to find shiny Voltron. What happened, Evie? There we go. What was I saying? Yeah, so we went for shiny Voltron. We found the shiny Voltron, and now we are on shiny Electabuzz, and that was fun. That was really fun in my opinion. Um, okay, we have about 8 minutes. I'm just gonna reset real quick. Just can we dodge the bullet right there, or a magneton? Kind of like a bullet. Yeah, yeah. Oh, never mind. We didn't quite dodge it. It literally took another round and came back. I was playing some Dead by Daylight with my friends today, and I was telling them that you guys should stream this. This is fun content because they were playing among themselves. It was a really fun stream, kind of. It was a really fun experience because we were like chatting with each other over phone and trying to evade the killer. And if there are more people, we can even like play as a full kind of private party, and one person is a killer, 4% is an escaper. So I was telling them, you guys probably should do that, and you guys probably should stream that because it's fun. Just that's how I take my streams. Kind of like they're fun. They're fun to do. I literally don't do anything separate. So if you have seen any of my streams by any chance, it's basically all I have invested in is the overlay, and it literally took me less than a day. It literally took me an evening just to spin up an overlay real quick, and kind of you know just looked it up and created it, and then all I do is just record whatever I play, and that's the fun. I don't really care. I don't really bother too much. It's pretty much I just enjoying what I'm doing, um, and just want to share it with the world. That's literally what I end up doing for my streams. Like it's basically me playing the game normally. It's the same experience. There is nothing different. I don't do anything different than what I would otherwise do. I don't do anything special separate from my stream because I don't feel like I feel like it should be as natural as possible. It should be the exact same experience as how I would either do otherwise when I play the game. The only added thing is I have an Elgato and I record the gameplay. That's it. That is absolutely the only difference that it makes with respect to the stream and the normal gameplay. Like if I'm ever not streaming but still playing Pokemon, that's all the difference. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. And I feel that makes streams so much more fun because in my mind I would probably just say these same things, and it kind of feels good to speak out to the world in the same way and share your experience with people who just a lot of people might not even have the game, but they might want to see how it feels like doing certain things in the game, and a lot of people might just see it and feel like, hey, I was doing the same thing. Oh, look at that. We got 7 spawns at some point of time. I think we did, yeah. That was incredible. I don't think I've ever seen 7 spawns. Or 7 of the same here in Power Plant. I mean, I have seen other places. I'm pretty sure I've seen in Viridian Forest, I've seen more than 10 spawns at a time. There are some spaces that give up around 10 spawns at a time, or more than 10 spawns at a time, but I've never seen that in the Power Plant. I seriously hope I don't find another Voltorb or Electrode. If we find another Voltorb, unfortunately we'd have to catch it because we converted our Voltorb to an Electrode, and yeah, it'll kind of piss me off, but I'm still gonna catch it. I typically prefer to catch shinies as I chain for them. Like, I mean, if I'm chaining for Voltorb, I'd appreciate if a Voltorb turns up instead of, yeah, an Electabuzz. And the same way I feel for an Electabuzz as well. If I'm chaining for Electabuzz, I would appreciate as long as only a Electabuzz shiny turns up. But then again, no shinies left behind is kind of our motto. So unless it's Pidgey, Caterpie, Weedle, we can leave those behind unless we're chaining for those specific ones and it doesn't break our chain. There is no harm in leaving a Weedle behind. I mean, A-Drive is probably gonna kill me. Dan is probably gonna just set all bugs loose on me, but that's alright. $9.13. I think this is my last one reset, and I'm gonna head out and I'm gonna come back and mostly gonna continue the rest of the stream in Twitch, because I wanted to stream in YouTube purely because it is a little easier to you know, stream and follow something, and I haven't streamed in YouTube for a while, and I do want to get to a certain number of subscribers in YouTube so that I can claim my my custom channel URL, which is another reason I really like Twitch, because you don't have those restrictions. You can just start streaming as soon as you open in your account, and it's very convenient. YouTube is a little more different in that way. That's alright. I'm not here to make comparisons or anything like that. All streaming channels or platforms are equally good. So not equally good, but I meant to say, like, they provide good opportunities for streamers to connect to their viewers. So so kudos to them. But yeah, I might continue on Twitch purely because it is a little easier to stream on Twitch and set things up a little easier. I can and probably reach out to the audience a little easier as well, because it's kind of easier to filter the content based on, you know, like in YouTube you have different algorithms to kind of have your content filtered out and recommended. I don't know if you can do promotions and stuff, like if you can do paid promotions and stuff for different people. Like if you have something, if you're doing a stream, I don't know if you can actually promote so that it appears in people's stream, you know, or like people's suggestion lists and stuff. That could be a thing, that might not be a thing. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's hard to set up a new set of audiences for someone like me who has barely streamed in his life and just began streaming like a week before or a month before. It's much easier on Twitch, and it kind of shows as well. Like in YouTube, I have only gained 2 subscribers until now, but on Twitch, I think I already have 15. And while it doesn't sound a lot of subscribers, it's a lot more than what I was expecting to find in my starting few days. I mean, 15 is a lot in my opinion, and I was lucky that I found a raid from a person. I believe his name is Trainer Sparks. Really appreciative dude. I have already told the same thing in his live stream for Mario Kart as well, but I just want to call it out again and again because he was the first person to raid me, and it was completely random. So he just saw me raid doing my shiny hunt, and he found it interesting, and he thought I might appreciate a little bit of help, or like, a bit of a Kickstarter boost. And honestly, I was so invested in my shiny hunt, I didn't even pay attention to his chat until like quite a little later. I just saw that he raided, and then like the folks were like, he's this dude is oblivious to our raid, and people went away, and I felt really bad about that. But Turner Sparks was there. He actually sticked back and like kind of talked to me over the stuffs, so that was fun. It's much easier to find your viewers, new or old, over Twitch compared to YouTube. You do find viewers. I wouldn't say you don't. There was a dude who found me when I was shiny hunting for Meowth, and funnily enough, he was also shiny hunting for Meowth, and it was a fun conversation, real quick. But yeah, it's a little bit easier. Maybe once I am more confident in my streaming abilities and a little more established on Twitch, maybe like 50 to 100 subscribers. It's gonna take some time, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but eventually I would probably hit it. So once I do that, video output low is not receiving. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, something wrong with YouTube streaming. Either ways, I think I'm gonna wrap up my video. Yeah, I was just saying, like, once I reach enough subscribers on or followers on Twitch, what I might end up doing is I might request them to follow me on YouTube so that I can get my custom URL. But I do want to be at a point where I can request stuff purely because they enjoy my content and they would be willing to support me for the kind of content that I create. It's kind of a give and take situation where, like, you don't know, you cannot request for something without you doing something for your viewers. Like, at least I feel so. I don't feel like I should just ask people like that. I haven't quite asked anyone for the same reason as well. Like, I didn't ask anyone to like help me promote my channel or something like that because I don't feel confident in my own content yet. I want to keep creating my content so that I can get better at it. It's kind of a hobby for myself, and the more people who watches and provides me suggestions and feedback, I start improving myself. And once I feel comfortable in my content, then I might request people to and I feel like if I establish myself like that, that's gonna be a stronger base than just randomly catapulting myself based on like any raids or anything like a promotion, random promotion and stuff like that. It feels like if I establish myself like that, people who actually enjoyed my content would keep coming back, and that's much more rewarding. At least in my head, it's much more rewarding um, than any other method. All right, that's just how I feel. Um, so guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video right here. I promise I'm gonna be back in maybe an hour or so, maybe a little longer. I don't know. If I cannot make it today, I would definitely try to stream tomorrow night. I cannot probably stream day after tomorrow because I have a game, and might happen the same way for Wednesday as well. But that's too far in the time. So let's talk about today. I do have office tomorrow, but I will try to come back and start a stream on Twitch where we would continue this hunt. If I cannot, I would update that on my Twitter. So if you're following me, keep a tab over there. But either ways, if you stumble upon this video later, feel free to leave your comment and feedback. I think I have this video archived, so it should be available in my channel once I have stopped my streaming. But either ways, thank you so much, and hopefully I will see everyone in an hour or so. Goodbye, good night.